What's up, all my good people out there in YouTube land? Coming at you tonight with my Smackdown review. Let me see if I can get some music playing or something. Let me see, which one do I want to play? I think it was this one. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, coming at you tonight with Smackdown review. Today is Friday, the 21st. We are 1 week away from the Royal Rumble. Well, a week and a day away from the Royal Rumble, which begins the road to WrestleMania. We'll find out who's going to be in the main event for the women's and men's Royal Rumble. Tonight's show was okay. It seemed the crowd was into it more. It may have seemed that way, but it was also like piping noise that they do, the same noise that they've been using when they had the what's the thing called, the Thunderdome. So when there was no crowd and everybody was just on the TV screen, they're using the same noise to make it feel like people are really into the show. So at home it seems like people are into it, but when you look at it, nobody, like the noises, people are making noise, but nobody's interacting. So yeah, it was dumb. Like I said, it was a decent show. Tonight was a night of rematches. Tonight was a night where they forgot about the brand split. Tonight was just a regular SmackDown. It was a little bit better than last week because of some of the stuff that took place. But other than that, it was just a regular show. And I don't know what will make it show better. You know, I don't know. It's hard to... I give credit when credit is due, but right now it's kind of hard to give credit. So let's get this review over with so I can go back and play NBA 2K until the new 2K comes out for WWE. Then I can go ahead and book a better show than that and upload a real show. So tonight, like I said, tonight was the night of rematches. I think we had three rematches, if I'm not mistaken, tonight. The show opens up with the Usos, who are out to celebrate Roman Reigns, who is the longest Universal Champion with 508 days under his belt. He's the longest reigning champion. I have no problem with that. The problem that I have is they have no competition for him. So to me, that is a problem because who's going to take the belt off of him? You know, I remember when Asuka had her 900-day title run, I think it was. If the numbers are wrong, forgive me. But they had plenty of competition for her. Who is the competition for Roman? He didn't ran through everybody. You haven't built anybody else up, so you have to revert over to people from Raw. You have to go back to people who are no longer, who are like part-timers for him to go again. So how long is he going to keep the title for? Another 500 days? Are they trying to keep the title until next year's WrestleMania? That's supposed to be in Hollywood, so he can go against The Rock. Like, what are we going to do with him and with this title? So like I said, he has 508 days under his belt. They do a video package. They always do amazing video packages, so I never worry about their video package. They always seem to get that right. So they did a video package pretty much highlighting all of his matches that he has had since holding the title. When he first got the title 508 days ago till his most recent match at day one. So they do that. He's out down to the ring with them, and where were they at? St. Louis, I think they were at tonight. They were somewhere tonight. Sorry, they were Tennessee. They were Tennessee, so he's like, acknowledge me. Once that happens, they do the video package, and then out comes Seth Rollins, who is his challenger for the Universal Championship at pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble. I'm not saying premium live event. It sounds dumb to say premium live event. It's always going to be a pay-per-view. It's never not going to be a pay-per-view. I don't know anybody who's going to say, hey, did you catch that premium live event that WWE threw? Look how much time it took to say that, and it sounds stupid. So he pretty much comes out. He does a, kind of a recap of the stuff that he's already said. It was because of me, John Moxley, or Dean Ambrose. You were in the Shield. We pretty much held your hand. Everything was pretty much given to you, which there's truth behind that because they want Roman to be the guy. So he's finally the guy, but they used to shove him in our faces every chance that they got, and it was so annoying. Where am I at? Where's my notes? He also says, while we're celebrating, let's celebrate, the guys who are pretty much your backbone, who are pretty much the cornerstone and helping you be the person that you are. And that's the Usos, who are 7-time Smackdown champs. They're the longest reigning Smackdown tag team champions in the history of the company, which makes sense because there are no tag teams. So them and the New Day, they're fighting for the titles. So, Roman asks if John Cena wrote the promo, because it's pretty much the same stuff that John Cena said when they had their feud back last June at Money in the Bank. It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. He also promises to give Seth a one-on-one match, saying basically, I can beat you by myself. I don't need any help. I'm going to give you that one-on-one match. Seth is like, I don't trust you. I know what you're about. I know that your boys are going to be there. I don't trust your word. So, Seth says, I'll find a partner tonight to take on the Usos, and if he wins, they'll be bandside from the ring. So out comes Kevin Owens, who's another Raw superstar, and I just have a strange feeling that we're going to end up getting Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania again. I just feel like we're going to get that. It's not going to be for a title unless they get a mid-card title, but I just feel like that's going to be the match. I guess it gives them something to do, but I really don't want to see that match because we've already seen it. But I guess that's what they'll do, or either they'll go after the championship, the tag team championships. I can see that too, because they don't have any champs. So Roman's like, pretty much shut up, stop the music. Nothing goes on without going past me first. And I finalize the matches around here. And he pretty much tells Seth, fine, you get your partner, but if you lose, then the match is off. And I'm going on vacation until WrestleMania, which we all know that it's going to be Roman versus Brock in some kind of capacity. We just don't know how yet, but we know we're getting that match again, probably on night 2 of WrestleMania, Sunday night. Seth assessed the match. So it was a cool, something a little different to the story to see if it really was going to happen, because it could have went both ways. It could have went with Seth losing and Roman not having a match at the Royal Rumble, and then with the way that it did go, which Seth won. So the first match of the night is a rematch from last week, and it's pretty much Kofi versus Madcap. Madcap is in the ring talking about nothing. Kofi comes out. He has Big E by his side. Big E, who also is a Raw superstar, but he's part of the New Day in some weird way now. I don't know why they just don't put them all on the same brand. As soon as Big E comes out, I know in my mind, I was like, this is going to turn into a tag team match. They're famous for starting matches off 1-on-1, and then match goes to 2-on-2, then it goes 3-on-3, just to kill time because they don't have anything else going on with the show. So in my mind, I was just like, once I saw Corbin get on the rope during the match, because the match started, once I saw him get on the rope, and then Big E kind of like came over, and then Kofi jumped out the ring, and Corbin looked like he was going to attack Kofi. Then Big E threw him into the steps, and they went to commercial break. I was like, tag team match. I know it. That's their track record, tag team match. Surprisingly, I was wrong, but so good on them for keeping it a 1-on-1 match. Madcap. I gotta say his name slowly because it sounds like Madcap, but it's Madcap, C-A-P, Cap. That's dumb. He was in control most of the match, and as I mentioned in the beginning of my review, it seems like they do a lot of piping noise, because you can see Kofi, the crowd, they were trying to get the crowd to hype Kofi up, but the crowd wasn't really into the match, so they do the pipe in noise, and it's like Kofi, 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 but it wasn't a genuine reaction because nobody in the crowd was really moving, at least the part of the crowd that we could see. So then Kofi gets hyped back up. He hits him with his finisher, Trouble in Paradise, and the match is over. He wins the match. After the match, Corbin starts to get into the ring, and then he gets back out the ring. Which I don't even know the last time he's been in the match, but apparently he hasn't been since he's been Happy Corbin. He hasn't been submitted. He hasn't submitted or he hasn't been pinned. So, but again, I don't know the last time he's been in the match. Big E gets into the ring. He ends up hitting Madcap with his finisher, and that was it. I don't know the point of this match. I really don't. I know that they're feuding with Drew McIntyre, but he's out, so I don't know. It was pointless to me. Aaliyah comes out next for yet another rematch. So she beat Natalya last week in about 3.7 seconds, setting a new record. In the audience was Summer Rae, who's going to be part of the Women's Royal Rumble next Saturday, who's a former WWE diva, superstar, or whatever she was. She was horrible back then, so hopefully she'll be good this go around. But she was horrible back then. Horrible. So they've been having like some back and forth Twitter beef going on. I don't know if she's trying to get re-signed with the company or not, but we don't need her. We definitely don't need her back in the company. Natalya was in control most of the match. She got herself disqualified. She had Aaliyah in the corner. She was stomping her. The referee counted to 5. Got herself disqualified. She attacked her after the match was over. Zali came out. She came out for the save. She attacked Natalya and kicked her out the ring, and that was that. So I'm guessing we're going to see some kind of interaction between maybe the 3 or 4 of them and the Rumble. I really do like women's wrestling. I don't like women's wrestling when it's stuff like this. Natalya's been with the company way too long for her to continue to be in storylines like this. I think they respect her, but you can't really tell because of the shit that she's put into. So then we find out the name of WrestleMania, or the theme of WrestleMania this year, which is stupendous. It's going to be the most stupendous 2 nights in WrestleMania history. The most stupid 2 nights in WrestleMania history by the way that they're building things up. They don't have anything confirmed. I guess on Monday, through social media and through Raw and stuff, we'll find out like what WrestleMania week is going to consist of or anything, but they don't have anything confirmed. You know, as I've been saying for like the last 2 weeks or however long I've been doing this, you have 100,000 people coming to the Dallas stadium, the Cowboy Stadium in Dallas, Texas. You're going to have Roman versus Brock. Most likely Bianca versus Becky. What happens after that? I've been champion for AJ Styles versus Edge. I personally think that Bobby and Brock should be going at it at WrestleMania. I think that's should be on a bigger platform than Royal Rumble. But you got 100,000 people for 2 nights. I don't think they're going to sell out, but they always fabricate their numbers. They always lie about their numbers, so they're going to make it seem like they sold out 2 nights in a row. But they need to figure out what they're going to do for those 2 nights. Because last year, it was not it. Last year was not it. The next match we have is Angel Garza and Roberto Carrillo versus the Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders win. They're the number 1 contenders for next week's match against the Usos for the tag team titles. I actually would give them the titles. And then at the Rumble, at WrestleMania, I would have Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders and merge the divisions together. Or somewhere along the lines, and at WrestleMania, I would have those whoever is going to be the champions by the time WrestleMania gets here, they would be who I would have in the match to merge the divisions. They won the match, like I said. They hit a beautiful Viking experience. Then that was the end of the match. That was it. Up next, we have Naomi versus Charlotte for a championship contenders match. I still to this day don't know what a championship contenders match is. I don't know if they explained it and I missed that episode or I wasn't paying attention, but I still to this day don't know what that means. Does it like if you beat the champion, are you automatically the number one contender? I don't know. I find them pointless. But anyway, this was supposed to be a very important match for Naomi, seeing how they wrestled 2 weeks ago and she almost won the match 2 weeks ago on 2 different occasions actually. And then Sonya Deville, she almost won the match, and then on 2 different occasions, Sonya Deville interfered in the match, changing the rules up and things like this. I also read an article, speaking of Charlotte, where Charlotte was talking about some people she wanted to feud with. She said she wanted to do a full feud with Bianca, Shayna, and Naomi. I know when Naomi was champion back in 2017, I think, when Charlotte got switched over to Smackdown, they had a small little feud, but then it led into Naomi, Becky, Charlotte versus the Riot Squad. Sorry, I had to think about them. The Riot Squad. So the feud never went anywhere. They had like maybe 1 or 2 matches, but that was pretty much it. So it's good to see that she wants to work with other women. The question is, are you willing to put those other women over? Because we know how selfish you can be. But it's cool that she wants to work with them. So like I said, Bianca, Shayna, and Naomi are some of the women that she wants to work with. We definitely see her and Naomi working together right now. I don't know if we'll see her and Shayna working together. I'm sure we'll see her and Bianca working together again. I'm going to keep saying this until probably the night of the Rumble. Naomi needs to win the Women's Rumble. You don't have anybody else. Nobody wants to see Alexa Bliss. Rhea Ripley's not it. Bianca doesn't need to win it again. Naomi needs to win the Rumble since Sasha is out. Bayley's not going to be back in time. Asuka doesn't need to win it if she's even back in time. Naomi needs to win the Rumble. Naomi needs to win the Rumble. Naomi needs to win the Rumble. Simple as that. Excuse me. So the match is about to start, and it's like I was typing notes in my phone, and then I looked up and Sonya was getting into the ring. And as she's getting into the ring, she's making the referee take off his shirt so she can put the shirt on, so she can become the special guest referee. She then signals for them to ring the bell. Charlotte is standing behind Sonya. She sneaks Naomi. She's in control most of the match. Naomi has a little bit of offense. Naomi then, Charlotte is then going for a figure 8. Naomi then kicks Charlotte where she falls into Sonya. Sonya falls out the ring. When we look back, Naomi's hitting Charlotte with a rear view. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still counting. So Naomi has won the match. But Sonya Deville is the referee. Sonya gets into the ring, and Charlotte Naomi is standing on the ropes. Sonya is like, get your ass in the ring. So Charlotte then comes from behind, hits her in the leg, then does the figure 8 on her, and Naomi didn't tap. Sonya then signals for the match to be over because, she's seen like Naomi had tapped, but she didn't tap. This feud has been going on, I want to say, probably since Thanksgiving. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's been since Thanksgiving. We still have not found out why they are feuding. At first, it was cool. At first, we were super excited, especially people like me who are big Naomi fans, just to see her on TV. We did not know why she's feuding with Sonya. They're not telling us anything, and it's like, you guys have been dragging this. And I don't know if this is gonna some stuff is going to take place in the Rumble. If this is going to lead to Naomi versus Sonya at WrestleMania, I don't want to see it. It's been dragged out too much. They should have been had a match. We should have been wrapped this up, and we should have been moved Naomi on to something else and move Sonya back on to be either a full-time wrestler or back to being a GM. I just don't know where they're going to go with this. I guess we'll find out next week where they're going to go with this, as far as if they're going to continue with them feuding until WrestleMania, or if we're going to see Naomi win. Now, what I can see is Naomi winning the Rumble and Sonya having some kind of issue with it. I could see that, but I don't need to see them win. I don't need to see them at WrestleMania, because I don't know. Like, it's been drawn out. It's kind of dry now, so I don't know what you're going to do from here to WrestleMania if that's your match. Now, the selfish side of me would love to see Naomi in a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. I just don't want to be for anything stupid. So again, like I said earlier, I don't mind. I love the women. I want them to have great feuds, but if you're not going to have any base behind it, if not any reasoning behind it, then why are we having it? So it's like, it's just like, whatever. We go backstage and we see Kayla Braxton standing with Seth and KO, and she's pretty much, asking KO why he's teaming up with Seth, and KO's pretty much like, they took my opportunity from me. The Usos took my opportunity from me to win the championship from Roman, and I'm here so the same thing doesn't happen to Seth. So that was that. We have a new episode of Sami. We have a new episode of In Zayn with Sami Zayn. And as we all know, he just recently re-signed a contract with WWE, so good on him for getting that bag. I see that some people are mad about it. I don't know why they're mad about it, because it's his decision. I was telling a friend earlier, I feel like with WWE, that should be like the last stop to retirement, because you do all your hard work in the beginning, and then it should be easy selling from here on out. Once you get to a certain age, you don't want to be doing all that bumping and crazy shit to entertain people that you've been doing for years. So I get it. Let him sign. Let him get his money. Let him take care of his family, and let him enjoy his life. It's simple as that. It don't affect us. We can turn the channel if we don't want to see what he's doing. He's in an episode, like I said, in Zing, where he's going to teach us about self-defense, because he's trying to do stuff from Jackass that Johnny Knoxville and them have been doing. I'm still confused on what happened with the Intercontinental Championship title match between him and Shinsuke. So maybe that'll pick back up after the Rumble. I don't know, but it seems like because Johnny is the celebrity that the focus is on him right now. And they seem to always do something with Sami and some kind of celebrity or fake celebrity or whatever. So we have on the table, we have like a taser, like a long taser thing. We have mace, we have handcuffs, we have some other stuff on the table. We only get to this. Is it called a taser? I think it's called a taser. We only get to that part. He, tases himself a couple times. They botch the taser sound, so production botch, like I just did, botched the taser sound, which we all knew the taser wasn't fucking on, but they botched the sound anyway. Johnny Knoxville then comes out and pretty much is like, you get on me for wanting to compete in your world, but you're making a mockery of what I do in my world. The crowd actually came alive for Johnny Knoxville, so that was different. I don't know why, but that was different. We then come find out the taser was never on. I guess he pretends to turn it on, then they botch the sound again, and then he throws Sami over the rope. So the way that I just described that with no emotion is how I felt watching it. No emotion. I don't care. I want Sami to move on to something bigger and better. So it's simple as that. We have a backstage segment where we have Adam Pearce and Eric Bischoff. Sonya enters the room and Eric is pretty much like, You have been pretty much fucking over Naomi. It's very unprofessional of you. And I'm going to talk to upper management about you having a match with her next week, a one-on-one match. And she's like, okay, you do that. Are we really going to have the match next week? I guess we won't find out till next week, but if we do have the match, can that be the end of it? Can that be like the finale that we can move on to like the next feud? Because it's nothing there. It's really nothing there. And it's nothing there because you guys have dragged it out. I don't know if the fans are still invested. I'm sure some fans are still invested. But for me, like I said, I'm a huge Naomi fan. I'm a huge Sonya fan too. It's dead. It's nothing there. Like, let's move on. Let them have their one-on-one match. Let Naomi go on to win the Rumble. Let Naomi go on to win the Rumble. Let Naomi go on to win the Rumble. And then that's that. Move her on to the championship. She can either face Charlotte or she can face Becky, whoever, but move her on to something different. And Sonya can go back to being a GM, or we can finally get Sonya. Maybe we can get a feud with Sonya and Shayna. You know, something different. For another rematch. Like I said, tonight is the night of rematches. We have Ricochet versus Sheamus. And we know neither one of them are going to win the Rumble. Ricochet is just looked at as the high flyer. And that's that. Sheamus goes on to win the match. There's nothing there. They work well together. I mean, Ricochet works well with anybody, but that's that. That's the match. Sheamus wins the match. Like, I know Michael Cole was sitting on commentary and he was saying that the only title that Sheamus has not won was the Intercontinentalship. So I'm wondering if maybe they'll move him into a program with Sammy and who holds the title? Shinsuke or something. Maybe at WrestleMania we'll get some kind of, one-on-one or three-way or battle royale or something for the championship, something. But that's the only title he hasn't won. So maybe they'll set up a program for that. We'll see. I don't think they're going to do anything, but yeah, that was that. Then we had a backstage segment with Rick Rude, Shinsuke, and Jeff Jarrett. They were just there talking. And then we had the main. They also showed the trailer for the new 2K, which I do a review on that. I do a trailer reaction on that, so go check that out. I'm actually looking forward to the game coming out because I'm tired of playing that game, and I'm actually interested to see how the graphics are going to look on the PS5. So I'm interested in that. And Rey Mysterio is the cover star. Hopefully, we'll be getting more details as the week goes on. I think we got like 40 plus days before the game comes out. Those who pre-ordered the game. With the main event, which is the Usos versus Seth and Kevin. And as we know that if the Usos win, then Seth's match is off at Royal Rumble. If Seth wins, then the Usos are banned from ringside. Which doesn't mean anything because Seth's not winning the title. I don't see Seth winning the title. If Seth wins the title, I'll be very shocked. But I don't think Seth's to win the title. I don't. It was a great match, though. You get the four of them in the ring, you're not going to go wrong. It was a really, really good match. Really, really good match. It was a high-paced, fast-paced match. That's the way all them guys work. They're very quick in the ring. They're very good at what they do. Kevin Owens was on the top rope, but he did like this crazy looking inverted fisherman suplex off the top rope. And then we thought he had won the match, but he didn't because the Usos broke it up. One of the twins broke it up. Just as Seth was actually about to win the match, like he was going to win the match, and the Usos going to be banned from ringside. Roman comes out and actually Superman punches. Superman punches Seth in the Seth. And Seth gets disqualified from the match. So, excuse me. I'm sorry. I said that all wrong. He Superman punches Seth. The Usos get disqualified, which means Seth and Kevin won the match, which means that the Usos are banned from ringside. But I don't think Roman really cares. I just think that he saw the Usos about to lose, so he had to feel like he had to do something. He felt like it seemed like the Usos let him down. So, it was interesting. Next week are the go home shows for Royal Rumble, because next week is the Royal Rumble. We'll see what's going to happen on Raw. We'll see what's going to happen on SmackDown. Like I said, tonight's show was decent. It was nothing to rave about, nothing to jump up and down about. It was decent. It had some cool. The Seth and Roman, the storyline for tonight was a pretty cool concept. Other than that was it. They're not even building up towards the Viking Raiders and the Usos. So it makes me think, not makes me think, it lets me know that they're not going to get the title to them. If they do, I'll be shocked. I think they should get the title to them, but I'll be shocked. I will say, even though I'm over the storyline, the most consistent storyline has been Naomi and Sonya, even though I'm over the storyline. The show needs a lot of help. I think it's time to bring up some people. They definitely need it. I think it's time to bring up MSK from NXT, Io, Raquel. Who else is still down there? Whoever else is still down, Tomasa, Pete, LA Knight. It's time to bring up all those guys that you're not using, all those vets, and bring them on up to the main roster, because you guys have nothing else going on, and we can hopefully get some cool stuff out of that. But other than that, tonight's show was okay. It was decent. It was nothing to rave about. Like I said, a typical SmackDown show lately. And we'll see what happens moving forward. So again, thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully the music wasn't too loud. I'll go back and look. It's live, so I had to, look over it, whatever. I got some more stuff coming to my channel. I got a show I'm doing with my best friend tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be about just about the stuff that's going on in the world. I got the reviews coming up next week. I got the Royal Rumble review coming up next Saturday. I got SmackDown and Raw coming up next Saturday. I got some other stuff that I'm adding to my channel coming up. So I'm still getting the hang of all this, but I want to thank everybody who's subscribing to my channel, everybody who has viewed these videos, whether you view the whole entire video or just a couple seconds. I appreciate it. I think it's been almost 20 days and I'm at like 52 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody. I want to keep on moving up the channel. I'm loving what's going on. I'm loving the numbers. And as you can see below, like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment, like, subscribe, comment, like. I think I said that right. So do that for me. Enjoy my channel. Enjoy everybody else's channel. Show your boy some love. If there's any tips out there anybody want to share with me, let me know. I'm going to keep doing this. I find this fun. I don't want to take this too seriously, but I do want the channel to continue to grow. So again, thank you everybody who has watching, who's going to watch, and like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy your night. Talk to you later. Peace.